link to my Calendly where you can do a 30-minute free consultation. I'm married now, so I gotta include her, right? I'm financial coaching now, and I'm looking on my experiences, and I've took some training since I've retired in 2022 to do better at that. I helped with managing multi-million-dollar contracts, construction, and things like that with the city. So I've always been a numbers person. So I'd like to help you not make mistakes that I did. Not that I made a ton of them, but I wished I knew, right? And so that's why I have that there. So you can click that link below in the description if you're interested in that. So what was my outcome financially? I won't give you exact numbers, but I can tell you this. Would I go back now, knowing what I know, and have the same career? Not for the finances. Because a public works employee retirement system, or PERS, does not put back enough money in itself as a good retirement. To be quite honest, my monthly pension that I get now, it only really gives me probably maybe a third of what I really should have as I get older, in my 60s and 70s and 80s. Yeah, you get a COLA, and it goes up a little bit, but it doesn't compare. Your raises don't justify the cost of food and rent, and which just is, it's asinine to be honest with you. So it doesn't keep up. So the older I get, the more harder it's going to be to live the life I want, right? So that's why I'm doing side hustles. I do eBay. My eBay store is Last Chance Finds. If you look on eBay, I'm selling stuff like that. I enjoy it. It's fun. And hence the name Last Chance Finds, is I take things and resell them and give them a last chance before they go in the trash, because we throw so much stuff away as a human race. It's unbelievable. But anyway, that's a whole other topic in itself, right? And then, so like I said, about a third of my retirement, what I would have done differently is I would have put more money into my 457B, which isn't a great performer, but it was pre-taxed, so there was an advantage there. For roughly every $100 I put in, I was really only seeing $75 come out of my check. And definitely would have started a Roth way earlier than I did. I was late for starting my Roth. And so that's step number one. And I cover this in my coaching calls too, by the way, if you sign up with me on that. But so here's the thing. I have 3 kids, 7 grandkids, and trying to convince them to save more now. They're in their early 30s, they have their families, because I want them to have more than enough for their families and to have, paid for homes and that sort of thing. I had a paid for home, paid for property. I'm debt free. I wasn't during most of that time until the very end, when I knew I was retiring. I set a plan, and one of the main things is, number one, got to be debt free. Number 2, got to have a paid for house, and no cars, no leases, or no car payments. I did that for years. Just that's normal, what people think. Credit cards, get rid of the credit cards. During my journey of paying off my debt, I paid over $90,000 off in 18 months. So if I can do it, you guys definitely can. And number two is that investments. You got max out that Roth. Once you get your debt paid off, do that first and go and do your Roth. I think right now in 2025, it's per person, I think it's $7,000 you can put to the Roth. Why put it into the Roth? Well, because it's tax-free when you pull it out. That's huge advantage when you retire. So anyway, and then mutual funds. Start putting 15% of your income into mutual funds. After a while, you don't even miss 15% every month. And that's what I would start you out with. And I want my kids to do that too. And I want you to do that too, because the goal, my intent is to have people learn from me, learn from each other and pay it back. I wish I'd have done this. I wish I'd have done that. How many times have we said that, right? So don't wish, do it now. Start now, start small. Stop the Starbucks coffee if that's your thing. I love coffee, but I won't pay $7, $8 for a coffee at Starbucks or any other place for that matter. I just don't do it. I buy good coffee, but I buy it when it's on sale. And and you can save that way. You can do your cold brews and all that. Just make it yourself. It doesn't take long. A cheap coffee pot and that sort of thing. But anyway, I digress. The goal is what I wished I knew when I retired. That's kind of a summary of it all. Looking forward, I want to travel more. Hopefully you want to travel if that's your thing. But most importantly, building a financial future for myself, obviously. I'm working hard on that. And I recommend you guys do the same thing, especially if you're younger and you got more years left than I do, because now I've really got to turn it up a notch. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you got something out of this, please hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you would. The links are down below in the description. And if you are in a career, a government career, really look at that. Definitely pay attention to your retirement and see how much money, if it's going to be enough for you. And hopefully you're investing now. If not, please start. It's so easy to do. All right. We'll talk to you next time. Bye now.